So now we are going to discuss potential with the no vertical walls. So we have already discussed potential with the two vertical walls, potential with the one vertical wall. Now potential with the no vertical walls. So in this figure, this is the vertical potential and this is the sloping potential, or the linear harmonic oscillator, half the linear harmonic oscillator. Okay, here is the vertical potential. Next, both will be the slopy potential, not no vertical potential. Okay, so before that, I will explain the WKB method once more with a figure. So this was our turning point x equal to 0. Okay, then these are this is the region 1 and this is region 2. Okay, region 1 and 2, and this is the actually the uh, I will draw with some other color. So so this is the matching region. Okay, on the left side, and this is the matching region on the right side. Okay, and WKB wave function is actually valid up to mm, valid up to here. WKB wave function is valid up to here. Okay, psi WKB. Also in the region 1, also from the right side, psi WKB is valid up to here, up to the matching region. Okay, now what we did is we solved the Schrodinger equation at the turning point, exactly at the turning point, and we got the solutions as Airy functions, and these Airy functions we extrapolated into the region 1 and also to the region 2. So in this matching region, this is the matching region, this is the matching region. In that matching region, both the wave functions exactly matches. Okay, that was that we called as psi p. So this is the overlap region, overlap. Here also overlap region. In the overlapping region, both wave functions matches. So we have successfully explained the motion wave function, existence of wave function across a potential barrier, vertical potential barrier, using the WKB approximation. Okay, now we will go back to one more problem, which is potential without any vertical wall. That means both sides are slopy. So the potential well with no vertical walls. Okay, that means both sides are having slope. It is a well, potential well. So we have already solved a potential like this. Okay, this is energy, this is V of x, and at this point we called it as x2. This is actually x2 we have used in the previous expressions. Now suppose the potential is like this, okay, that is, this is v of x, it is sloping in this way. So here slope is positive, here slope is negative. So here also this is the energy value and this point is the x1. We can call the turning point as x1. Here the turning point is x2. So in this case, second case, we can also have the similar results as in the positive slope case. Only difference is that the limits will change. The limits will change here, x2 to x. Here x2 or x2 to x, both the sides. If you are coming from here to here, x2, from here to here, it is x2 to x. Okay. So here that limits will change into x to x1 and x1 to x. That is the main difference. So comparing with the previous result, we are not deriving that, but simply writing using the similarity. So this was the previous connection formula for limits x2 x2 and x2 to x. Okay, here limits will change from x, see, x1 to x, sine x1 to x, and e to the power of this limit will becomes x to x1. Just to reverse, but x2 should be replaced by x1. Okay, so in that case the connection formula will be almost like this one, but only the limits gets changed. Okay, so I am simply writing the connection formula in this second case. In the second case, that is negative slope case, connection formula is actually instead of d, constant amplitude d, we can use d prime. Okay, so d prime by root of modulus p of x e to the power of minus 1 by h cross c integral limits change to x to x1, then modulus p of x dash dx dash. Okay, so this is when x less than x1. Okay, and this can be connected, so that is, this is x less than x1, and when x greater than x1, we can write it as a sign. So that is 2d dash divided by root of p of x sine integral, there is a 1 by h cross integral x1 to x p of x dash dx dash plus pi by 4. Okay, so this is the wave function when psi of x, when x less than x1, it is this one, and psi of x when x greater than x1, it is this one. Okay, so this is the connection formula. Now let us consider a third case in which we have a negative slope as well as positive slope like this. So this is the energy level E. So this turning point is x1. This turning point is x2. Okay. So here both the sides are slopy, no vertical walls. Okay. So in this case, the wave function is x is between x1 and x2. So in the third case, so this is the second case, second figure. First figure we have already did, similar to the second figure. Now third figure, x1 less than x less than x2. X is between x1 and x2. In the third figure, x is between x1 and x2. Okay. So the wave function can be written as psi of x equal to approximately equal to actually we have to write combine first this result on the x1 and second this result. Both results we have to write. So take it from previous equations. We can write psi of x equal to 2d divided by root of p of x sine, the entire thing you can call it as theta 2 of x, where theta 2 of x is equal to 1 by h cross integral x to p of x dash dx dash plus pi by 4. Okay. Now, so this is the this argument, sine this argument. Okay. Now, in the other side, we can write psi of x as minus 2d by root of px. So the minus 2d dash root of px, here it is d dash, then sine theta 1x, where theta 1x equal to minus 1 by h cross integral x1 to x p of x dash dx dash plus pi by 4. Okay. So in order to these should match with each other. So for that, this theta 2 and theta 1, that should be equal. The arguments of sine should be equal, then only these will match each other. So this is on one side and this is on another side. So take the equation, then theta 1 equal to theta 2 is the required condition for matching the expression. Sorry, here it is minus pi by 4. So you can equate theta 1 equal to theta 2, so that you get 1 by h cross integral x to x2 p of x dash dx dash plus pi by 4 equal to minus 1 by h cross integral x1 to x p of x dash dx dash minus pi by 4. Actually, here is a minus sign is there, but that minus sign you can uh, uh, combine with this normalization factor d or d dash. So you are not considering this minus here. We are simply equating theta 1 and theta 2. So this is theta 1 equal to theta 2. Now let this one, sorry, this is theta 2 and this is theta 1. So take this both to the same side. Then we get, so taking this one to the left side, so we get 1 by h cross into integral x2, sorry, x1 to x p of x dash dx dash plus integral x2 x2 p of x dash dx dash plus pi by 4 plus pi by 4 equal to 0. Okay, so we can write these two integrals here. Also 1 by h cross is here, so that can be taken as a constant common factor. Then integral x1 to x, x2 x2, so that these both integrals you can combine as integral x1 to x2 p of x dx equal to plus pi by 2 equal to 0. There is a correction here. You are equating theta 1 and theta 2, but you can add a 2 pi also here, no problem, because argument 2 pi comes, it repeats. So 2 pi plus theta 1 equal to theta 2. So here you have to write a 2 pi plus 2 pi. 2 pi you have to write on one side. This is theta 2. So here you have to write 2 pi. Here you have to write 2 pi. Okay, this 2 pi plus theta 1. This is actually theta 1. So you have to write 2 pi here. So this side becomes not 0 but 2 pi. Okay, 2 pi. So this side becomes 2 pi. So now this can be written as uh, let this 1 by h cross this, let this pi by 2 goes to the other side. So 2, this is equal to 2 pi minus pi by 2. Okay, sorry, not 2 pi, there is a correction, n pi, sorry, n can be, this is n pi, n pi. Okay, where n can be 1 2 3 etc. 2 pi 4 3 pi 4 pi, everything this will be satisfied. So here you have to write n pi, n pi. So here you write n pi. So here you can write n pi. Okay, so n pi minus pi by 2, so that will be n minus half into pi. Okay, which is 1 by h cross integral x1 to x2 p dx equal to this one. So let this h cross go to the other side. So you get integral x1 to x2 p of x dx equal to n minus half into pi h cross, where n equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. This is the condition we obtain from the potential well without any vertical walls. Okay, so this is the quantum condition. Which determines the allowed energies for a typical potential with two sloping sides. Okay, so this is different from vertical walls because these limits are x1 to x2. Okay, so instead of solving the Schrodinger equation, if you can integrate this, this integral evaluation is only required. No need of solving Schrodinger equation. So WKB approximation is very useful in these problems where potentials are varying, like potential well with the two vertical walls, potential well with the one vertical wall, potential well with the no vertical walls. Okay, so very powerful, useful method.